Tell us a little bit about what you're working on at the moment, some of the big projects, what your focus is, and what brings you to D&DD.
Bring me to D&DD. So I was one of the co-organizers, which is, do you want me to hold it?
No.
So the program actually started, the idea came to build something that is for the community. When Tomer and I started talking with people regarding some international conferences that are coming to Tel Aviv, they were all telling us that they don't want to do something specific. They want to see the ecosystem. They want something that is providing each one of the different projects a decent stage and decent way to express him and what are the goals. And that's exactly what we created. We created a special conference for the community, by the community, for the community.
Fantastic initiative, and also not just locals, but also bringing internationals here, right?
Yeah, it's like to connect everybody to the Israeli ecosystem, and we just wanted to create a unique atmosphere that you're going to go to a conference and going to feel fun to speak with people. Same as we're doing in some of our smaller group meetups, things like that. You just like go, meet nice people. You're not always listening to the topics or like to the panels, but you mainly want to hang and like talk with people that are interested in the same things that you are interested. And that's what we hope to create today.
All right, and speaking of things that you're interested in, tell us a little bit about your work and what you're doing outside of obviously organizing this great conference.
Thank you. So I'm kind of doing several things. I work in a VC that's mainly focusing on renewable energy, smart mobility, hardcore old industry, bringing new tech and like new blood into that space. But beside that, I'm doing similar things that I'm doing to the VC. I'm doing as a consulting to blockchain VCs and hedge funds, tech research, mainly not for creating commercial products, but to create specific IP for the corporations so they can learn by doing more about blockchain space, about distributed technology, and things that they can learn by doing, create the data, to learn how to copy the data and how to and also to make it in a way that it could be very versatile and they could change it to different type of products, future products that inside the organization.
Okay, so we were talking just before off camera about how you're moderating a panel later today, talking about that fiat to crypto sort of onboarding. Tell us a little bit about that, because you seem uniquely positioned to understand a little bit more about that than the average person.
Okay, so I'm waiting for mass adoption. Like many people, I'm volunteering in multiple friends clubs. Like one of them is the Bitcoin Association and the Bitcoin Embassy and the Bitcoin Association. And the main goals is to distribute Bitcoin and to teach people about Bitcoin and about cryptocurrencies and how to hold them, how to create the wallet, what is the actually responsible that is coming with it, and what is mean taking the median outside. Like custodial to not custodial, but that's more like progress terms. So I'm definitely looking for mass adoption. I'm looking for to see what are the next steps. We're going to speak today in the panel with 4 founders. One of them is the founder of Edge Wallet. The other one is an investor that invested in Breeze Wallet, Geo Protocol, and also Nimrod Leavi from Simplex. So it's all about onboarding people and to let people their first steps in the cryptocurrency space. And it's going to be fascinating to hear what are the things that they learned in 2017, the mistakes that they should not go again. What are the things that are preparing for the next bull run or for the next time that the market's going to go big and mass adoption gonna go. We're going to talk about social networks effect, like Libra and Telegram. What is their effects? Like when you can, just as a developer, if you can upload a code or like release your app to 2 billion people, it's massive, you know, like everybody gonna want to develop on Libra just to check it. I'm not talking about the Libra project, I'm just like your access to so many people in financial, it's fascinating. Telegram's project that just 2 days ago they launched their test net, and people heard about that project like in the last 2 years almost. Like they heard many rumors, and now we can see that. Like we can see where it's going.
So I want to know then, did you come to the crypto world via the VC world? Was it the other way around? What's your sort of personal story of getting into the crypto world?
So my personal story is kind of weird. Like I'm an entrepreneur. I learned about the technology as a solution for making some solution in fintech. But by that time, there were few experts in that space. And when I had some tough questions, and I asked people, and most of the people didn't know how to answer. So I just started learning. In my background, I'm not a coder. I'm actually a CPA. But at that time, there were no one to explain. So
what era are we talking? Give a rough year.
A few years ago.
Okay.
And we're talking about like times that I was not aware of some communities because I'm not a tech guy. I'm not exposed to all those codes or like open source libraries. I can watch them, but I would never understand what they mean. So I learned in depth. I started reading in forums. I started getting in touch with people, asking them the tough question, back and forward. Yeah, and
so now you've got a foot in the door of each, the VC world, the crypto world, and I suppose I wonder, like how do we get more people from the more conventional world? You were saying, that old school sort of VC establishment ideal. How do you get more of those people to embrace blockchain, embrace crypto, and start to like really understand the power of this technology? What's sort of your means of doing that?
That's a great question. That's a great question. So it's not a secret. There is a lack of application in the space. The killer app so far was ICOs. We know that it's not such a great success. The other use is currency, which is also it's also going to need more time to adoption. So main things are killer apps, to have better apps. Also more contributors. I think that I see a lot of companies that are building in-house projects, mainly for their IP, and they are not releasing it. The day that they're going to start releasing their IP and like start sharing their results, we're going to see fascinating things because tons of developers, tons of unique teams that are dedicated to those missions. That's definitely things that's going to change the game.
So then bring it back to where we are now at this conference, getting locals and internationals together. Is this the sort of way we can start getting more people on board, more collaborative, more open IP? Is that what you see coming out of a conference like this and Tel Aviv Blockchain Week as a whole?
Yeah, so Tel Aviv Blockchain Week definitely attracting new blood into the space. It definitely makes people that just heard and just, had heard some rumors, read some articles, and now they're going to start feeling the space. And that's the main goal. D&D, I'm not sure that it's going to be for so much for newbies. Most of the people we're going to see here, it's hardcore community from the Israeli community, from the abroad that are coming to visit. And that's actually a great way to make connections and to connect all those communities together because we are all here together. We all have the same goal, and we all know that it's very bold in crypto that people are collaborating. People are happy to collaborate, want to collaborate, and believe in the power of uniting.
Shauli, it sounds like some noble goals. I'm excited to see it all come out. Thanks so much for speaking to us at BLOCKTV.
Thank you very much.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.